Hello Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to your November 2017 reading. Thank you so much for being here and also for your patience. I know I explained in the intro already, but let's go ahead and begin. Oh, yeah, you had a whole bunch pop out, but I didn't want to take like 20 cards, so I just kind of put them all back. But you definitely have cards wanting to come out. So Strength in the center and the Wheel of Fortune. I love Wheel of Fortune for Sagittarius because it is a card of Jupiter, and Jupiter is your ruling planet. So I love when that happens. I know I have a little different setup every month, guys. You know I travel, so it's a little bit different. Hopefully you guys can see these cards better this month than normal. So let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Okay, because strength is what? Strength, you know, and it does require strength. So it tells me that you are needing to extract this resource, this energy. You're needing to be courageous. So why? Well, what is going on in your life that you need to be courageous? That you need to be strong. Sometimes there's, love situations, works, whatever area of life that has just been so taxing. But you know what, you guys, you're on the last leg of this Saturn in your sign. And it's going to be transitioning into Capricorn. Guys, Western astrology, not Vedic, okay? It's going to be transitioning into Capricorn next month. So you're probably feeling this like anxiousness, this antsiness, and this like unsettled. Like you're probably feeling very unsettled right now. You're probably wanting to move a lot, wanting to do a lot, wanting to go, whether maybe making changes or what. I don't know what it is that you're going through, but I am sensing a lot of anxiety. Now, I'll be honest with you, I already started these readings a couple weeks ago, and for me, the energy was not right. And I did your reading already, and I was like, I can't publish this. I can't do it because I was so taxed by the energy that I had to exert into the Sagittarius reading. It was probably one of the hardest readings I've ever had to do, not because it was a difficult reading, but because I was like, I don't even know what these cards mean. Now, you guys know I know what the cards mean, but when I have a reading for someone that is confused or frustrated, or there's a lot of tension, or there's a lot of change, I pick up on it. I really, really do. It comes through. And you guys had a lot of it. So it's not surprising to me that you guys have strength coming out first. And it's also not surprising to me that you have the Lord of the forces of life coming out as well. Change. And it's not in your hands. You have no control over this. You have no control over where this is going, because the universe throws things at you. And it's really up to you to really react to those things and to make choices based upon those situations that occur, based upon those people that enter your life. So things are happening behind the scenes, and I know you can't see it, and it's annoying that you can't see it, but it is what it is. And change occurs, days go on, energy shifts, planets move, and eventually it's going to get to a point where you're living a life that feels entirely different. Whatever that means, it's going to mean different things to everybody. So the Wheel of Fortune is one of the best cards, in my opinion. It's a magical card. It's expansive, and it really pulls you in unforeseen directions, And it's because you have been so strong this year that this is going to be that much more bountiful for you. You guys worked through so much. How many times do I need to say it, right? You guys worked through, you've been through so much. It was a hard year. It was really, really hard. And Saturn is sitting in a sign that it does not like. It's not happy there. Nine of Swords, despair and cruelty. Yeah, of course. Mental activity You are a sign that likes adventure. You like to go out and do things and be with people and have friends, and you are an enjoyable person to be around. And you're very service oriented. You like to give and you like to contribute. You like to be helpful. And you do like to be a catalyst for change for people. But because you were so afflicted by whatever it was you were going through this year, it's almost as though you feel like you've lost a part of yourself. And here you are waiting desperately for things to for that shift to finally happen. The thing with this though, it's not like an overnight thing. It's not like a tower energy or a judgment energy. It always is just very subtle. And it's not necessarily something that you can observe. It's just kind of happens, and all of a sudden one day things are different and you're like, oh, how did that happen? And the Nine of Swords, it's like that, the Lord of Despair and Cruelty. Yeah, a lot of you went through a cruel year, and you're so ready. And here's the Tower that I just talked about. So maybe it will be something more drastic, or maybe there will be one last little thing that kind of creeps in before the end of the year, likely at the end of middle to end of November, that kind of comes in or creeps in and illuminates something. Change is imminent for you. Change is an inevitability this month, no matter what. Whether it's someone coming in or someone leaving, breakups or getting together, contracts being broken, new jobs, new money situations, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be so dramatic. I know I make the Tower always very dramatic, but it can be sometimes. So let's not, brush it under the rug and try to make everything rosy-posy, right? It can be challenging. And a lot of times this speaks to emotional challenges because it really forces you to look at who you are. Because if anyone went through life-changing circumstances this year, it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Capricorn, they went through some of the hardest stuff. And you are now being forced to be like, wow, who have I become? And some of you may be very unsettled by that. You just want to get back to that old groove, that old life that you had before all this stuff came in. So you're wanting to look forward. You're wanting to be future focused. You're wanting new relationships or to make your current relationship better. But you feel like you're just kind of stuck in this holding pattern. Major, and the Nine of Swords. Like, does it get any more dramatic than that, you guys? And it can be harsh, And we have a Queen of Wands, and I feel that that's you. Interesting that I pulled out this exact same card in this exact same position in the Scorpio reading that I just barely did. But I think there is a call upon you to be this warrior. I even pull out the Tower in Scorpio as well. So let's talk about these two cards and the fact that these are Mars-ruled energies. Okay, and we have a Mars here as well in the Nine of Swords. So look, Mars is not an energy that sits still. It's a warrior. It likes to fight. It likes to charge forward. Right? And I know that's what you're trying to do because you're not one to kind of sit and feel sorry for yourself and like mope around and be all pouty, right? That's not your style. That's not your vibe. Let's give that to Cancer, or let's give that to like Taurus or whatever, right? But not a Sagittarius. That's definitely not your thing. So in your process of like, oh, I just want to let's just get this better. Let's move this on. Let's move this forward. And you can still maintain that sense of optimism. Just because you have these cards doesn't mean that I think that you're like this pessimist or anything like that. I think all through this, what makes this so beautiful is Jupiter, right? And like, oh, this is all so great and it's giving me opportunities to do things. But don't, there's a little bit of harm in suppressing a Nine of Swords, right? So it's important for you to really acknowledge this and to really ask yourself what this means. If you are someone that tends to distract themselves with things that are light and easy, or maybe even a little bit superficial, okay, like superficial relationships and friendships and things like that, this is a time when suppression is not going to fly, because the Tower is going to be like, nah, you got to deal with this. You got to look at this and really figure and straighten this stuff out, because you're in for a major shift and we got to get you ready. Okay, so that's what the Tower is really saying. It's more like a coach, right? Kind of like coming in and trying to give you a pep talk in the locker room, but not like, but kind of a harsh one, a reality check. Okay, and it's time for you to really face this and to acknowledge the shifts and change that your soul went through. It's a part of your soul journey. It was a karmic Saturn retrograde in your sign, and it brings things to the surface. It's the universe establishing equilibrium because it hates to be out of balance. This is like, oh, we went too far the one way, we got to bring it back. We got to pull it back to that center ground. And with the Mars, you're going to need to be this warrior. You're going to need to say like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to bring it up. I'm not going to hide from it anymore. Because behind the scenes, don't forget, there's this Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, good things coming. But it's not going to come if it's being blocked and shrouded by this Nine of Swords. It's almost as though in order for this to come, the walls and the barriers need to come down so that this can then enter, right? It's like this is future direction, right? The direction of the future here. Let's kind of just move these down. But these are blocking the Wheel of Fortune from coming to the forefront. So the walls need to come crashing down so it has like a smooth sailing. I know it's kind of a silly thing, but just what's going on in my mind as I'm talking about the cards. The motion and the movement of the cards. And then we pull out the Three of Cups, which is a card of abundance, emotional abundance, happiness. But again, be careful, because Three of Cups can be or lend itself to artificiality. Some of you could be finding yourself in, kind of three-way situations, whether it's you're being cheated on or you're the one doing the cheating or something like that. The secret's not going to stay hidden for much longer. And if anything, this represents your freedom, because this is an imprisonment, right? This is not a happy place. This is your freedom. And who better to have on the front lines of freedom than a Sagittarian? And another Three of Pentacles. This is a card of work, okay? Work, yes, you have been called to work. It's a card of communication, collaboration, working together, finding solutions. It's a card of creativity. Look, another Mars card as well, okay? You are being called to act. There's no more, and I don't ever think you guys have been sitting around. That's definitely not the vibe I've gotten from you this year, but there's no more just letting this fester. It's got to come out before the Saturn makes that shift, okay? And Three of Pentacles is about things moving forward. I often see this as, in just kind of for visual purposes, guys, I see this as like an artist who has a piece of work that they have done, and they are talking about it with potential new clients and talking about the detail and the materials and the costs and the budgets and all things. in order to create a new sale, right? So it's like using your past work, using your past your life experience portfolio in order to leverage those things into greater and better things, more like higher quality situations. Because this is actually, weirdly enough, and as weird as it is, a Nine of Swords is high quality, it is high intensity, and it establishes mental strength, mental control, which one of the hardest things for us to do is to control our thoughts, control our mind, or at least to be aware or cognizant of our thoughts and our mind. That's what this is. It's like an exercise in mind control and mind power, right? And through that experience, you are now ready for this new chapter to open up for greater and better things. And I do feel that this is you, Queen of Wands, you know, that powerhouse person that just takes control of their life and is like, oh, I'm so tired of whatever it is. And it's really time for this to happen. I think this is a very welcome energy, to be honest with you. It's like, oh, finally, I just need a break in this. And Two of Cups, right? So love, the Lord of love, Lord of soulmates. You know, we have the dolphin here is the symbol of creation, new love. You know, if this represents an old love or a long withstanding love, and you guys have definitely had your challenges this year, this is the two of you coming together. What did I say? Creative solutions coming together and saying, okay, well, how do we leverage this? How do we take what we learned this year to really make our lives better? Let's come back together. Let's reestablish our connection. Let's reaffirm our vows of commitment and love together. If this is a past situation and this is someone leaving or you breaking up, well, here's an opportunity for you to really meet someone. Some of you may be meeting someone through work or through colleagues, okay? Or there's also a social element here with the Three of Cups. So there could be, you know, a call upon you to going out and being social and having a good time and all these kinds of things. And I do feel that love is present for you, or at least you feel ready for that, right? You feel primed, like, yes, universe, I am feeling like I'm ready for something legit. Okay, and we even have Venus here, Venus and Mars. So Venus and Mars were lovers in mythology, you know, Aphrodite and Aries. They were lovers, and they represent the masculine and feminine within us. Let me make sure all the cards are in this thing. Okay. Love the Two of Cups. Couldn't be any more beautiful than that, I don't think. And Three of Wands, 3, 3, 3. Okay, Three of Wands is, you know, again, established strength, and we have strength here. You know, I really see Three of Wands as being about waiting and patience. Waiting for this Wheel of Fortune to kind of do its thing, and waiting for what the universe needs to bring to you, waiting for this to happen. You know, some of you may actually take it a step and actually create this, because some of you know what this is, some of you know what this needs to be, right? This is the vehicle through which these swords disappear. This is how you make these go away. Right? Saying something, doing something, being honest, or requiring honesty from someone else, you know, whatever it is, this is what is needed to break the spell of a Nine of Swords, which is spinning, anxiety, a lot of thought, confusion, keeping you up at night, not feeling settled, that kind of thing, you know? And the Three of Wands is like that opportunity. And I think it's coming. And I often see this as being about communications coming to you as well. And you receiving, whether it's hearing from someone, or hearing of an opportunity that will take you away from this. Not in an avoidant way, but in a new chapter kind of way. Don't forget the Two of Cups here. It's all about love. It's all about companionship. It's all about soulmates, you know. So these also, all three popped out. So I'm just going to pull these. So we have the King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So in order to attain the Six, we must go through the Five, right? Make sure they're all in there. Okay. And Six is the most beautiful. You know, Six is associated with beauty in the Kabbalah tree of life. And it's about generosity. It's about giving. It's about giving and receiving. It's about the flow of time and energy and effort. And a lot of times I see this as being like a universal payback, because you deserve so much because of what you dealt with this year. And you're going to really deserve it because you just go through this and you've been dealing with this. Okay, so you're going to really deserve what you get. Now, here's a King of Wands. It's a card of Leo. Okay, card of Leo. But it could also be another Sagittarius or an Aries, or anyone. I'm kind of sensing maybe some of you could be dealing with a Venus in Leo as well, Venus in Leo, or a Mars in Leo perhaps. But this is someone else. And this is someone that is connected with this Two of Cups here. The other person, okay? Now, you may, for some of you who are in a relationship with this person already, you may need to go through a Five of Pentacles, disparity and scarcity and isolation and feeling alone and rejected before that connection can be reestablished. If you're leaving someone and this is a bad relationship, this is you being totally alone. But you're going to need to be alone before this person enters, because it is this period of feeling alone, right? This Three of Wands, I kind of see this as being a little bit inactive. Like I said, it's that waiting aspect, waiting for things to come, waiting for the Wheel of Fortune to do its work. And you may go through a little bit of a difficult time in the meantime. This could be someone that you already know. Right? It could be someone that you already know. Someone that's really, they're powerful, you know, and they're potent, and they do care about you. And there is genuine compatibility here, and not just in the physical, sexual sense, but in true friendship. Okay? In true friendship. So a beautiful way to end the reading, guys. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm excited to do your reading first next month. I like Sagittarians. I have a lot of Sagittarian friends. And I want to see you guys back. I want to see you bounce back to where you deserve to be. And I think it's coming for you, all right? So I will leave you with that, you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next month. Thanks.